Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we have the Skaivision panel. And Ted, what a topic that we're going to discuss today. It's very timely in our industry.
Sarah, you're so right. Extremely timely and great colleagues with us here today. Ashleigh Norton, Vice President of Marketing at Skaivision, is with us. Also from beautiful and balmy Bergen County, New Jersey, Jim Sabino, the Fixed Operations Director at the All-American Ford Auto Group. Ashleigh and Jim, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you. So happy to be back.
Thanks, Ted. Same here. Glad to be a part of this great panel.
Well, everyone, it's so exciting to have you with us today. And really just to kick things off, Ashleigh, I want to come to you first just to kind of set the stage because a lot of our audience that's listening, Skaivision has been around, but they may not be familiar with exactly what Skaivision is doing in the industry. And so just set the stage for us. What is Skaivision?
Sure. Yeah, the technology's been around for about 5 years, but it's really blown up in the last 18 months or so when 300 dealers. So Skaivision started as visual AI for the service drive and focusing on where the blockers are and getting cars through the quick lane or getting cars through service and increasing cycle times. But what is selling like hotcakes today is our vehicle acquisitions piece of the Skaivision platform, which is automating the vehicle acquisitions process from the lane using AI. And the reason it's selling like hotcakes is because there's no solid, consistent process out there. You may have a couple of dealers who have a couple of really strong acquisition specialists, but if they're off, nobody's touching the lane. So having AI consistently stay involved in every single car that's pulling through the lane, whether you're using license plate reading from the cameras, you're using one of your, maybe a Hunter or a BL Innovair machine, or just using RO opens, we can see those and get AI messages out to the customers immediately, letting them know, hey, your vehicle's in high demand and would you like an offer? And the simple answer, yes or no, starts the chain.
Wow.
Jim, we're hearing so much about vehicle acquisition on the roundtable, and so let's take a step back for a second because your perspective, service director, service manager, vehicle acquisition, historically has always been kind of the sales side of the house, but here it is today. We're seeing this conversation around this entire customer experience is one experience. So how is vehicle acquisition going with your group?
Vehicle acquisition is so important to the health and the longevity of your dealership. And it's the customer cycle, right? It's a retention tool. It keeps them in the product within your dealership. And what Skaivision has put out is just, it's an incredible AI tool that assists the human convert conversations into transactions, right? So they make a very subtle introduction upon arrival into the service drive with your vehicle. And it's a text message, and it's a very subtle, nice and easy opening question. Hey, would you like to be interested in seeing what your car is worth or trading it in? And basically how they respond is how it triggers to the sales department. So AI technology from Skaivision never takes off, it never calls out sick, it never goes on vacation. It's available 24/7. Anytime that service drive is active, Skaivision is right there with it. It piggybacks into the Hunter machine and to your open ROs, whichever you choose the route for Skaivision. And then it triggers into a dashboard into your sales team where they are monitoring the conversations. If the customer wants to continue the conversation, then your human, your used car department or whoever you assign to that takes over that conversation in person. So it works out really, really well. Sales benefits tremendously off this. And then basically what that happens, that car that gets reacquired through this process becomes a certified pre-owned car. So the cycle keeps going for the dealership. The service department still continues to get the revenue from that used car reconditioning. And the sales department has a new transaction on either a new vehicle or a CPO. It's a fabulous and well needed tool for dealers to be successful to go to the next level.
Jim, can I follow up? How do you know so much about Skaivision?
We are currently engaged with Skaivision. We partnered with them, and we love it. Actually, their product is top notch. The results are provided every day, and it's a great team. It's a great support team, and the technology is second to none. It really is. It's a great product.
Now, Jim, you have multiple rooftops there in New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to deploy? And I know you spend time between several of them. Are you able to, manage and oversee this? Is it remotely? I mean, how do you, make sure that all these pieces are working?
Well, it's very easy. Skaivision makes it very easy for us as the end user, the dealership. Once they go in and they do the onboarding and the setup, everything else kind of follows. It triggers. There's a dashboard. The sales department gets dashboard results, and then it's all tied into their cell phone. So if they're on the floor in the parking lot, they'll get pinged to their cell phone that, hey, this customer wants to continue the conversation and wants an estimate on their vehicle and explore options. And they immediately get involved. If it's customers there still in the dealership, they'll talk to them face to face, or they'll reach out by phone, text, or email to get the conversation going and hopefully make the deal. So it's very good. And I think Ashleigh said it before. Somebody said on the day off. So we have multiple people assigned to this. So obviously in this dealership world, right, there are days off because we work so much. So on that day off, we have people that are assigned to cover, so that there's never a drop on our end, because Skaivision never takes off. As I said before, they continue to work. Anytime a car drives to their service drive, they're on it. So we always have coverage in all of our rooftops. There's always coverage on days off.
Ashleigh, I want to come back to you for this, because what Jim is describing with this, I mean, a lot of our dealers may be listening thinking, okay, this sounds like kind of what I already have when it comes to, vehicle acquisition. Maybe the repair order is starting and I'm going to have my team, start this process. But I would love to take a step back, because really, Ashleigh, the technology of how that information is getting started into the system and what Skaivision is looking at and how it's going about that. I would just love for you to be able to speak to that component of what Jim is experiencing.
Yeah, absolutely. When I talk to dealers and ask them, what's your current acquisition process? I spoke to one this week and she said, well, every night before my used car manager goes home, he has to look through tomorrow's appointments. He has to decide what vehicles he wants the team to target. Then the team has to target them. They make a phone call. They send a text. They probably don't get a response because customers are conditioned to knowing that you're going to try to upsell them in any way you can. Right. So one, removing that friction of what the used car manager has to do in making decisions about what cars you have to target. That's all built into the back end of the system. So if you want to target specific models, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive on specific year make models, right? Ford right now is really aggressive on the Escapes and getting those people to trade them in and get them into a new vehicle. So you can be a little bit more aggressive on certain makes and models. You can say, I don't want mileage over a certain number. I mean, you can really hone the program in so that there's no thinking behind the scenes. And then the text goes out to the customers that you want, and your team can see in their phone, this customer said yes. If customers say no, which you're going to get, right? You might get a 50% opt out. But if your customers say yes, then the team can see, okay, this customer said yes. The AI is sending the appraisal based on the parameters that you set. And then the AI is next asking, are you looking to trade in or sell us your vehicle? Some customers will say, I don't know. Some customers will say, I want to trade it in, but we're now setting that stage for the acquisition specialist to know where to go next. So instead of casting a wide net, we're getting them to the customers who are raising their hand saying yes.
Actually, that makes so much sense. I had no idea that you had the ability to do this and to do it now. And with the way dealers are focused right now on acquisition and being able to do that at the dealership with the dealership's vehicles. Jim, a vehicle on the service drive, I mean, not only do you have the records, but I mean, you could look at it where at the auction, that's not quite the same thing. And you've got them coming to your front door.
Correct. And right. So instead of going out looking for the cars are coming to us, right? So how simple and how great is that? So the acquisition process it's right in front of your face. And Ted, to your point, most of the service records we have at our disposal because the cars, for the most part, are ours. We've serviced before and we have a history of them. So the used car manager or the team that's part of the acquisition team knows that, hey, this is a good car, or it's going to need some work, or it's had some issues, or they can put their eyes on it and cosmetically see the car and see right there in real time. And the whole process was originated by Skaivision. So that text message, that little gentle text message started the process off. And every single time it's a success. But again, Ashleigh said that not everybody opts in. Not everybody's going to say, yes, I want to sell my car. And, of course, but the ones that do, then the humans take over, the acquisition team takes over because AI technology from Skaivision did their job, brought the customer to the table. Now it's up to us to figure out what the next steps are.
Yeah, and you can actually see all of that information inside of Skaivision. You can see all of their repair order history, so you can start to make those decisions immediately.
Yep. Real time.
Inside Skaivision, you could see that, Ashleigh. Wow. So Jim, this is all integrated. So it's the way it sounds.
It's correct. Skaivision is integrated into our DMS, so it sees everything, and then it has the outside technology to see the appraisals right on the parameters that we set. So it can actually send out the appraisal before the human even gets involved, the estimated appraisal. Your car has a value of X to X. And that's all done, through Skaivision's technology also on outside data. So it's an incredible tool, great technology. And even the people from Skaivision, the support staff, everybody knows they're very helpful. They're very knowledgeable. The onboarding process was very easy and it worked. It was very smooth. No hiccups, no issues, nothing. I mean, it was a matter of just flipping a switch, going in, integrating, and we're off. I mean, we were up and running within days. We really a smooth transition into this to this tool.
Jim, a follow up on this because a couple of parts in this equation. A lot of our dealer audience listening, they may be thinking about this, going, all right, this is definitely something that I want to implement. I want to make sure that I am acquiring, vehicles right here in my service drive, that I'm familiar with the customer, I'm familiar with the car, but I'm concerned about things like setup and like who is going to ultimately be responsible for executing this program and launching this. Jim, what has your experience been like, from the point of installing, and then also too, what have your customers thought about the change?
The customers have received it easily. I mean, very well, because the ones that opt in and say yes, they're interested in maybe hearing what you have to say. And you monitor your conversion ratio, and you want to try and convert as many of the people that raise their hand and say yes. You want to do everything you can on your team's ability to convert those into a new vehicle. The people that say no, it stops there. So there's no annoying follow-ups. There's nothing. They just, if they opt out, we respect that, and we move on. It's they don't, next day they don't get another call or an email or they don't get any of that. So we don't have any type of pushback, or it's been very, very well welcomed so far, and it's been well. The onboarding process was very easy. The employees that are involved in this, that they chosen as the acquisition team under each rooftop. There's 3 of them in each store, and they all work well together, and they know what they have to do. They're monitored on their performance, on the people that raise their hand. We obviously, as every dealer should, monitor their closing ratio and get the best out of this as that you can. If they're raising their hand, they're interested. So let's give them some options to consider and hopefully close that deal.
And to piggyback on that, one of the other things that I love when I'm showing this to dealers is once the human gets involved, the AI stops.
Correct.
So you're not getting mixed messaging coming from one platform while your employees are saying a different number or a different message. The AI stops and lets the employee do their job at that point.
Correct.
Ashleigh, it sounds like the onboarding that you and Jim are describing is really a whole lot easier, than I would ever have imagined. You removed a lot of the potential friction points and made it easy for the dealership to use Skaivision.
Yeah, not just the onboarding, but the team that we have that interacts with our customers, with our dealers. They're very honed in on not just, hey, here's the platform. Okay, you're set up. You're good to go. Talk to you next month. They're very honed in on, hey, what's your process now? This is how we can help you improve the process that you currently have by watching the metrics on a daily and a weekly basis to see where can we get a little bit better so we can increase those conversion rates.
Yeah. So let me just add to that too, because I was part of the onboarding calls and Zooms coming in, and Skaivision actually offered us some best practices on what they seen work good or better in other dealerships that they have up and running. So, and we took that as very positive information, because not everybody has the answer, right? And you always say, okay, I can learn something from a dealership maybe in Texas that's Skaivision's working, and they do this that we never tried, and that's like, wow. So they did that. They offered best practices based on history with their current their dealerships that they're doing business with. So that was very welcoming. It was very smooth. We went on, they answered some questions and checked some boxes, and then we were off to the races. But they were it wasn't just like set it and go and walked away from us. They're still there today. If we need a phone call or an email, they're incredibly responsive, and that. There's a very talented team over there that onboards you, that knows the technology, the AI and stuff. So it's really, really good. I mean, so far it's been 2 thumbs up across the board.
Jim, if you wanted to share, another perspective too with our audience on just the pieces, regarding not only the acquisition part of it, but then also just what has surprised you the most about what you've seen since starting Skaivision?
I guess how the customers perceive the text messages. You expect that people think they get this, they think it's a spam call. It's not a spam call because it's personalized. It's from All American Ford, and and it's very, what I call is a soft text message. It's nothing harsh. There's nothing aggressive in it. It's a very soft, easy message, and you have the simple answer. It'd be yes or no, and that's how it closes. Yes or no. Would you like to continue, or would you like more information? Yes or no, and that's how it is. So. We haven't had not one person say, take me out of this, take my phone number out of your system. Nothing like that at all. Because it's an incredibly warm, soft, subtle message, and it's personalized. It doesn't come from somebody that an 866 number or something like that, or that you would expect that somebody's selling you something that you're not interested in.
Ted, lots of really great pieces.
I was going to ask Ashleigh, the industry. Ashleigh, next week is converging on Las Vegas, the NADA show. I know Skaivision is going to be there. I'm looking down below. I see the booth number in the West Hall, 2555. Ashleigh, will you be there at the NADA as well?
I will be there, and I will see you there. Yeah, we're 2555 West, kind of close to the Ford shop, close to Reynolds. So yeah, look for us in the main hall.
So for our audience right now, because Sarah and I will be out there, and you're right, we will visit with you. We're going to do some interviews with you and your dealers. I'm looking forward to that. Ashleigh, to make sure our audience puts Skaivision on their short list, what kind of things can they expect to see when they come over to the booth at Skaivision? What are you going to have going there that can help answer their questions and maybe show them what's coming and what's out now and what's next?
Yeah, so our entire team will be there, from sales to our founders, who are our CTO, our COO, our CEO. Everybody's going to be there and ready to show off the technology. What we talk about for what's next is a big topic of discussion over the next 17 days, because this team never stops innovating. Like I said, this baby kind of was born about 18 months ago and really just blew up. So we had a company-wide call yesterday, and had went around the room. What are our customers asking for? What are dealers asking for? So I imagine we're going to have some pretty big announcements, but you'll be able to see the tool, see how it works, see with a machine like BL Innovair, how that works.
Yes.
Get all your questions answered on site.
Yep, Sarah, another great company, BL Innovair. So I imagine, Ashleigh, it sounds like there's an integration there as well with that product for Skaivision.
Yes, we will integrate with any alignment tool, video cameras in the drive, all DMS. We can integrate with, we're pretty much agnostic for anything that the dealers want to use. It's really just three ways, whether you do it through the cameras in the drive to recognize the license plate, whether you do it through a machine like a Hunter, a BL Innovair, a UVI, for example, we integrate with them,
Right.
or just straight from the RO Open from the DMS.
Exciting stuff. Sarah, I'm looking forward to all that's going to be at Las Vegas next week, including Skaivision.
It's going to be incredible, Ted, and can't wait to see what Skaivision has in the year ahead.
Ashleigh, congratulations. Can't wait to see what's next, like Sarah said. Jim Sabino, thanks for giving us all the real world background on what you're doing there in New Jersey. Amazing stuff. So
yes, it's good. The Skaivision is a big part of our success going forward. We're looking forward to a really strong 2026, specifically to vehicle acquisitions, as we are partnered with Skaivision. So it really is. It's going to make us go to the next level for sure.
All right. We'll leave it there. Jim Sabino, All-American Ford Auto Group in New Jersey. Ashleigh Norton at Skaivision. Everybody, you can reach Skaivision on the web, skaivision.com. And, of course, next week in Las Vegas at the NADA show, booth 2555 West in the West Hall. Ashleigh, Sarah, and I will look forward to seeing you all there and meeting you in person. Everybody, Ashleigh Norton from Skaivision with Jim Sabino here today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.